1. Hello everyone and welcome to Lore Season 3, Under the Volcano. Lore is a recorded round organized by myself, based around a passion for literature, capturing stories and themes through pieces of modern and antiquated literature. This season we've picked a book that's highly respected and much more complex in its construction. Under the Volcano is initially seen from the perspective of another character on the Day of the Dead. It then retells the events from the Day of the Dead exactly 1 year prior. The events of that day follow a dysfunctional man known as the Consort, who is an alcoholic and lives a disorderly life. The book is a masterpiece of irony and foreshadowing, and it captures an hour to chapter ratio in a day leading up to his eventual death. This is heavily referenced and foreshadowed throughout the book. The game modes we've chosen to recreate this are game modes called Revival and Foreshadowing. For Revival, themes are taken from the Day of the Dead, and as such, our teams of 2 will be divided into separate worlds, 1 living and 1 dead. Players in the living world have a normal world that functions exactly as any world would in a Minecraft game. Players in the dead world have permanent enabled, lowered ore rates, and an overall gloomy swamp terrain to accompany it. Players in the living world must revive the player in the dead world, thus bringing them to the living world by episode 5, or else the player will be forcibly teleported with 7 maximum hearts instead of 10 and 30 minutes of weakness. To revive a player, you must go to a shrine and offer items relating to the themes in the book. I will be willing to tell them as many times as people need them, because you might forget. But 12 gold to symbolize recovery, and just from alcoholism in general, something the Consort suffers with in the book. 12 seeds to show life, foreshadowing death. 12 brown mushrooms to signify poison or alcoholism. 12 coal blocks to signify ignition, starting anew, as in the Consort getting his life together. And a clock, foreshadowing of death. For the game mode foreshadowing, we came up with a list of possible actions that imply a certain event, such as crafting a sword implying melee, or crafting armor implies you're preparing for a fight. As a result, you may receive an effect that ill prepares you for the task. This is a light game mode, but the situation can have major effects on gameplay. Crafting a sword gives you a 50% chance of weakness 1 for a minute. Crafting a bow gives you a 50% chance of hunger for 1 minute. Crafting an enchantment table has a 50% chance of taking away 5 levels, and crafting diamond armor gives you a 50% chance of having a firework being shot in the air. Now, for the players, we have 32 players in a team of 2. We've got Mr. Canada and Codwy, Vicious and Chloe, Vocker and Jacob Crafty, Griffin and Brosif, Zcent and Logs, Razor and Soup, Isa and Jay, Austin and Micris, Binal and Tiago, Otacon and Bradzi, Jimiclifa and Electrocobra, Piglet and Limmy, myself and Chug, Shy Gus and Penguin Bagels, and Hyper and Siastone, who is flying away at the speed of light. Thank you, Micris and Astronomical, for the TeamSpeak. We really appreciate it. Thanks to Cobra, Glyph, and Penguin for really helping out a lot with all of this stuff. And I don't know, is there anyone else that we need to thank? Oh, thank you, Cobra, for hosting, and Marcus for scripting, and both of them for just being great with all the game mode stuff. Yeah, and thanks, Micros, for nerfing Austin. All right, we can take off talk power now.
Woohoo!
And you guys can scream.